Hi.
We are back here in Kansas City for another food tour.
We loved it so much we wanted to come back.
Also, it is little Susan's birthday.
We wanted to come back so that we can hit all the places that we didn't get to hit last time.
You hungry?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go eat. So the first place we went to is Q39. It was more of a modern, refined barbecue place than Joe's gas station.
It was nice. It was dine-in, there was table service.
The clientele wasn't rubbing up against us like they were at Joe's. That was nice.
So we tried their
best chicken wings in the world. We got onion straws. We've got barbecue brisket. We got pork ribs. We got pulled pork. And we got a side of fries.
Arguably too much food for two people.
Yeah, I think we were not used to Midwestern portions after all of our time abroad. I definitely think those onion straws alone could have fed all of us.
They were delicious. Those onion straws, the breading was seasoned. It was really good. You didn't even really need a sauce, but they had a sweet barbecue sauce that really complemented it, I thought.
And I think they worked with Milton City to come up with their own beer line, Q39.
It was actually really good for someone who doesn't
Even
like
she
beer.
liked it. It was delicious.
And we got the best chicken wings in the world, which I thought was cooked really nicely. It was really juicy. He said it was baked, then fried.
Floured, fried, sauced, then baked.
So it was really juicy. I'm not a big fan of saucy chicken wings. That's me personally. So objectively, I think these are really delicious wings. I just would prefer a naked chicken wing.
To be fair though, you are the only one I know who would eat a naked chicken wing.
It's a thing.
I guess. And I thought their pulled pork was much better than Joe's because Joe's looked sad and wet, but this was delicious. It was smoky. I love the sauce on it. We got some of the crispy ends. We got some of the fattier cuts. I thought it was delicious.
It was really delicious. I really liked it.
And then for the ribs, there was some debate because you did not like them as much as Joe's.
I did not like the ribs. It tasted like something that I could get from Applebee's.
Oof. I will say that I usually like some of the sauce on at the end, broiled or grilled. I want some a bit of char, I want a bit of crisp. And there wasn't that, it was mostly just soft. But it was falling off the bone. I do like that. Because their big thing is that they're from a competitive barbecue group. And I know competitive barbecue, for the ribs, it's usually considered overcooked if it's falling off.
Aside from the ribs, the brisket, they use the lean cut, which is also what I don't like.
For the brisket, they said it was triple lean cut, which I don't know why you would want that, why you would want a lean brisket. I thought the whole appeal was how fatty it is.
Yeah.
At least that was the whole goal when we were in Texas. They were always bragging about how fatty their cuts were. We always kept getting the extra fatty cut. And it did make me want to die with how horrible that made me feel. But it was so good to eat.
So Q39, it was good overall, I think.
I liked it much better than our experience at Joe. Hungry for more?
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to going to the Julep Cocktail Club. That does sound like something I would like, but unfortunately they are closed.
They are closed for the winter. Which, it's March. It's actually spring right now. So
That's true. Yeah, unfortunately with COVID, I feel like even more restaurants have shut down than the last time we were here. It's like 4 we've had to strike off of our list now.
That's true. They're temporarily closed. It's so sad. Since Julep was closed, we just thought we would walk around.
And so we found a little strip of Midtown that looks like, I feel like we could spend a whole food vacation on that strip.
Yeah, it's
Thai food, Vietnamese food, Mexican food.
It looked really nice.
I think we'll have to come back once Julep Club's open. But we did find a bubble tea place with GoCha. GoCha 2, in fact.
It was, interesting.
There was a ton of stuff there I wanted to drink. There was Vietnamese coffee. There was all these sorts of brown sugar options. There was a lot of black sesame options. All things that I would love to try. But unfortunately, they had a drink called the cheese mustache tea. And I cannot resist something called cheese mustache tea. It just sounds so it sounds so ridiculous that I have no option other than to try it. It is, fortunately, cream cheese. It's a cream cheese foam.
I have never ordered it because it never sounded appealing to me. And for good reason, because it was gross.
I don't think it was that gross. When you smelled it, it smelled like a bagel. It was I think it was much saltier than cream cheese usually is too.
It's not what I would ever look for in a bubble tea.
The instructions were to drink it at a 45-degree angle. You get half cheese foam, half tea.
I, opted out of that and got myself the regular house bubble tea, warm because it was freezing outside, and I didn't get any boba because they ran out, but also because I was full. It was aight. I really wanted to like their regular bubble tea, and I kind of judge a bubble tea establishment by their regular bubble tea too, because you should get the original right.
You should not.
Yes.
Regular bubble tea is terrible.
Mind you, I am biased because I usually get it from California. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like I wanted to waste any calories. No. They're not bad.
It was a cute little place.
It is a very cute little place.
And when we go back to that strip, I think I would get bubble tea from them again. We went to the Farmhouse for breakfast today.
We went there for breakfast, but it was like their brunch menu. We tried to make a reservation online, but they were all booked.
4 days ahead of us.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, we can just try walking in and see if we can get lucky, and we did. So I got their omelet of the day, which was a pork carnitas and cheddar omelet, and I also got berry French toast.
And I got the caramel and almond pancakes along with a biscuits and gravy and because I couldn't resist, the cinnamon roll that is roughly the size of my head. Even with our practiced, experienced bellies, I think it's going to be a few days before I can force myself to eat again.
So it was a good breakfast. It was a good hearty breakfast. I really liked the biscuit and gravy. The gravy was really good.
Although I wish, and I just always assume that there's going to be a lot of sausage in there when there's biscuits and gravy. I didn't see any sausage. But it was delicious, and it was my very favorite thing there. How was your omelet?
I thought it was okay. I don't really like carnitas in my omelet. I wish it was just egg and cheddar. But that being said, the egg was actually cooked pretty well. There was a potato hash, but I don't think they should call it that because it's kind of just like French fries.
I would say my biggest complaint, if, twist my arm, I had to come up with something to complain about. They use real syrup. And I know I'm alone on this point, but don't like maple syrup. I don't want real maple syrup. I know I've got trash taste. It's just maple syrup. It starts with the flavor, and then it dies. It just goes nowhere at all. Fake maple syrup, when it's mostly just corn syrup, it starts with the maple, and then it spikes hard into straight pure sugar right into the brain.
I mean, who wants to knowingly eat high fructose corn syrup? I don't get it.
It's both not as flavorful as it should be and immensely disappointing.
It's not the best pancakes or French toast that I've had. That being said, I don't think there's many brunch places in Kansas City.
But once I can force myself to eat this cinnamon roll, you guys will be there to see it. Very slimy. I'm gonna eat this with 2 hands, like a monster. This is preposterously large. It's very wet. This is what I'm trying to bite through. Oh, my jaw doesn't go that wide.
You're just tearing it apart. You're not even eating it.
I want the inside. I got the core of it. Not that good. So after breakfast, we went and we did a little bit of shopping downtown at the
Country Club Plaza.
Did you see who wasn't wearing a mask?
Everyone.
F***ing anyone.
But it was really nice weather outside, so I can't really blame them since, there's a lot of people outside.
I can blame them. We were packed, shoulder to shoulder with huge crowds of people the whole time we were outside. I don't think they understand, virology. And now I think we're off to try and find some cocktails because I can still drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Brookside Poultry Company for some fried chicken.
I had kind of wanted to go back to Stroud's, but I figured we would try something different.
I do love their cinnamon rolls, but yeah, we did find their fried chicken to be a little bit lacking in flavor.
So he found this other place, Brookside Poultry Company.
Their claim to fame is that they brine the chicken in sour cream for 48 hours. And the breading of the fried chicken was pretty flavorful.
The breading had flavor.
I would have liked a little bit of heat there, but
I expected more from the chicken. It was juicy.
it was very juicy, it was very moist. But it was also boneless, which you had an issue with. I didn't quite mind because it was a little less effort, and I was drinking.
It was like eating chicken tenders. Like if I wanted chicken tenders, I would have just gotten chicken fingers. Plus the sauce that came with it, it was like a honey mustard sauce with some
And you wanted hot sauce?
And I needed hot sauce. Like fried chicken has to be with hot sauce.
See, I don't need fried chicken with hot sauce. I just need it to be flavorful.
And that's why there's the difference. Like, for me, I liked Stroud's, and I definitely, when I read the menu, first of all, there were a couple red flags. Number one, they also had beef. A respectable fried chicken place should not have beef. It should only have chicken. And second of all, they had like their drinks and stuff, which I really did enjoy the place, because when I went there, it was like a really casual atmosphere, and like we didn't feel rushed at all. The waiters were super nice and friendly, and it was really awesome. So I really liked that. I really appreciated it. The fried chicken is just not what I was looking for.
I would have liked it better if the beer was actually on draft, because drinking it with cans, that's a little sad. But they also had pretzel rolls.
The cheese dip had a weird flavor in it.
And they were kind of burnt, and they were just sort of bread rolls. But they also had cheddar biscuits, which are like my favorite thing in the entire world. And they were basically imitations of the Red Lobster cheddar biscuit roll, which is the best way to go. But these were kind of like thin, flat, and a little bit burnt on the edge, but the inside was good.
They were good.
And you dip them straight into butter.
Yeah. Oh, and then we had the key lime pie.
Oh yeah, we got a key lime pie, which you said tasted like crayons.
Tasted like crayons.
It is the first time in my life I have not finished a piece of pie.
He basically had 2 bites and stopped. And said,
that was basically politeness. We just tried to...
I quote, "I don't want to waste my calories on this."
I don't think I've ever said that about anything in life. So in summary...
Back up!
I got Popeyes again.
Because I needed fried chicken!
I need good fried chicken.
Yeah, like I need to be gnawing on bones and shit.
My God, we've traveled this whole world, and there's not yet been better fried chicken.
And they also have beignets now. Can you believe that? Oh my God.
Hershey's filled chocolate beignets.
Oh, is it Hershey's?
Ooh. One other good thing about the Brookside Poultry Company is that I have to take a couple beers to bring home, too.
So, in summary, Popeyes wins again. Brookside, really good place to chill.
Would you go back?
I would. Yeah.
Would you go back and order the fried chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. We couldn't say that about Stroud's. You literally did not say that about Stroud's.
Stroud smells really good. Like, that was the other concerning thing about Brookside, is that whenever we went in, I did not smell any fried chicken. That's a concern. And I thought their chicken was juicy and not too bad.
Oh. So this is the Popeyes Hershey's chocolate beignet.
Did they ever specify Hershey's chocolate? I thought it was really good.
You can taste the powdered sugar. I don't think mine actually has chocolate in it. You gotta make sure not to inhale while eating this. I think mine's chocolate free.
Oh no.
Tastes like something that was fried. I don't know if it's their best work. This is coming from someone who worships Popeyes and is a little bit drunk. So we have one last stop here to make, and that is Mildred's something.
Mildred's Food and Drink.
For some breakfast, and then before we head out of town. So we will see you there. We are back here from Mildred's. What'd you think about that, baby?
Probably the best breakfast I've had in Kansas City.
I was gonna say it's my favorite place in Kansas City. It was so good.
It was really good, like surprisingly good. Their menu was not large, which probably should have been the indicator that they're delicious.
I could see that being a problem if I lived here and came here all the time. I think I would run out of stuff.
But I would be happy with getting your sandwich every single day.
It was an amazing sandwich. And it seemed so simple. It was sourdough toast, there was steamed eggs, there was bacon, there was cheddar, there was like a mustard sauce. It seems so simple, so perfectly done.
On their menu, everything is steamed egg, And it doesn't sound great because, you know, when you're thinking breakfast, like, you either want scrambled or
I don't want water air.
But steamed egg is an interesting choice. But then, like, it was so soft and fluffy and airy and just delicious. I got the breakfast hash, which had a layer of potatoes, which were seasoned well and cooked well.
You don't see that often.
No. So, layer of potatoes on top of cheddar cheese melted on top with a bed of arugula, and then the steamed egg with bacon on top covered with a chipotle mayo.
That was a pretty thick layer of bacon, too.
Yeah, the bacon was good. The arugula was delicious. Like, it just added that freshness so that it doesn't feel like it's like a crazy heavy breakfast.
And they had a nice big fireplace in the back you could sit around. You got a chocolate chip cookie. I got a cinnamon roll. They're both so gooey, so big, so soft. The only thing I regret is that I meant to order biscuits and sausage gravy, but I think in the excitement I forgot to order.
They're so good. I'm kind of mad that we didn't just come here every single day.
Definitely. This is the first place in Kansas City that when we come back, I'm gonna make sure it's a stop. It looked like simple diner food. Man,
it's these
there was
places.
Artistry there.
You have to do one thing well, not a million things mediocre.
So that is it for Kansas City Part 2. What were your thoughts?
I think I liked it less than Part 1.
What?
Maybe it was the excitement of coming here for the first time in Part 1.
I will say, the city's changed since we left. It's only been a few months, but the streets are all now packed with people not wearing masks. All the restaurants are packed. We're having to wait. Our hotel went from just us, and the streets went from just us to 1,000 people.
It was just expectations.
I feel like we would have been perfectly happy if this was our first trip. Coming here, and the whole city is ours. Every restaurant's ours. We got the same hotel type, but this time it was exactly half the amount of space. So it's a lot of stubbed toes and like inching along carefully. Plus, the lobby still smelled like farts.
Yeah, it does.
It's weird. It's weird how much it smells like farts. A lot of the restaurants we wanted to go to were closed down. We did try to go to this SOT cocktail club, but then the closer we got, it appeared more and more shady. Like it was next to a strip club. There was like a field of broken glass. There were just bags of trash outside. There were a bunch of like knocked over scooters everywhere. And
I guess that was a part of town that we shouldn't frequent often.
Yeah. And the only person I could see inside was wearing full leopard print.
But I really enjoyed happy hour at Brookside Poultry. That was really nice.
Barbecue, I much preferred Q39. I know you did not, but I like the actual restaurant so much more than the gas station, which I thought was kind of dirty and gross, and the food did not make up for it because the food was some basic shit. Q39, I thought it had way more flavor. I thought it was a nicer environment, and I love those onion fries.
It was for sure a nicer environment, and I did appreciate that, you know, we had table service and we had fries. And...
Server was great. Beer was delicious. They made that Q39 beer, which was my favorite beer we had on the trip, but can only get it there. So I think a Q39 I'd make a stop of if we came back.
I would go.
And then if we go chicken to chicken, Stroud's versus Brookside, I preferred Brookside. I thought the meat had way more flavor.
I still prefer Stroud's.
And Stroud's was so like old-fashioned and dark and old.
Yeah, but you're going there for the food. See, in terms of like actual chicken, I actually think Stroud's is better.
By your own, play that clip again from Stroud's.
Would you make it a point to go there if you came back to KC?
No.
Would you make it a point to go back there ever?
No.
If you wanted fried chicken, would you find somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
That clip.
You just like the fried
The answers.
gizzards.
The gizzards were amazing.
Don't
The
believe your
cinnamon
eyes
rolls
and
were
ears.
good.
Cinnamon rolls were great.
And I feel like those answers were leading questions.
I did respect that they had the bone at Stroud's.
Farmhouse versus Mildred, no comparison.
Yeah, Mildred blows it out of the water. What did we have for breakfast last time we were here? Messenger Coffee Company.
Yeah.
And I got something healthy there, so that's not a fair comparison. But a lot of what Messenger had was healthy. So I'm going to allow it. Mildred win. For me, each category, Kansas City Trip 2 wins.
It's only a trip 3.
If we did come back a third time, I'd want to come and see more of Midtown, where there was Thai places, Vietnamese places. There were Mexican restaurants. There were Chinese restaurants. I'd like to see, I guess, more
Bubble
of
tea
that.
places.
What about you? What's one guaranteed place you're going to have to come back to?
This place.
Mildred's is a given. Where else?
I want to go back to Stroud's on
I think
an
you have
empty
to.
stomach.
All right. Until next time. Bye.